How's it going, everybody? D-Stash here. And it's been a little bit since I've made a video, but there's just things that are happening in the Halo space right now, and I really just need to talk about it. I apologize if I sound a little bit under the weather. I'm coming out of something right now. I don't know why I phrased it like that, but it's not what you think it is. But now I feel reinvigorated after drinking a vitamin C droplets and eating a maybe like a percentage of a piece of toast. But we just need to talk about Halo Infinite because there are some things that I want to get off my chest. I feel like I've been going insane not talking about it. And you know what? I hope that I can keep uploading more content in the future. Things are getting a little crazy right now, but we'll see what happens. So, Halo Infinite. Now, let's just get the toxicity out of the way real quick. I actually like Halo Infinite. I think that the multiplayer is maybe the best Halo multiplayer ever. Now, in terms of core gameplay, I would say the sandbox is amazing. I feel like we've never had a variety of weapons like we do in Infinite. I've always thought that really, ever since Halo Combat Evolved, we've kind of just been getting variations of the same weapons over and over again. Think like the light rifle, really boring stuff. I really yearned for the days of, something like the Needler being a thing. And a lot of these weapons in the sandbox really scratch that for me. Now, they're a little hit or miss, but you know what? At the end of the day, they're fun. And that's really what's important to me. It may not be the best thing for HCS or getting my KD ratio out of the gutter, because that's never going to happen. But the weapons really speak to me in a way that I haven't felt in a long time. That goes for the equipment too. I haven't really had this much fun with equipment since Halo Reach. Just the variety of gameplay and how it affects the sandbox, not just for you, but for everyone else. We've all heard that argument. Oh, equipment that affects other players on your team is great. Sole equipment like thrusters and stuff are bad. Now, I don't think thrusters are bad, but dedicating your entire game to that playstyle like Halo 5 didn't really do it for me. So that's really what I have to say. Now, let's get into the negatives, because I really feel like 343 are just kicking the bucket right now. They have made the best game they've ever made, and I don't even think that's a bold statement. I think that Halo Infinite's core gameplay is incredible. I've seen all the gameplay of the campaign, and it looks like Breath of the Wild, but in first person, or I should probably say Metal Gear Solid 5, because I've only really played 5 minutes of Breath of the Wild, but that's another story. I'll get into that someday. But they're just kicking the bucket with the microtransactions, man. And it really hurts me to, see this. We are in, the golden age of Halo again, basically. Halo is outperforming Battlefield. Don't know if it's outperforming COD, but, COD always hides their numbers usually. But we have a base game that's pretty damn good. Now, we're lacking things like a third game mode like Firefight, which I hope comes at some point. We're lacking a lot of features for the multiplayer like Forge and whatnot. But honestly, I could live with all that, especially with the game being free. But with the game being free, that brings out the issues, really. The fact that some of the armor sets in the store are $20 is just absurd to me. I never thought that we would ever get to the point in Halo where it would be like Fallout 76, where we'd be paying $20 for power armor paint. It's just laughable. And the thing I don't get is that it doesn't make any sense, because this is not going to last long term. Who in their marketing team or their multiplayer design team said, oh, this is going to be received well, we're going to have a great long-term experience? No. If you take Halo and make it as bad as other games like Fallout 76, why would anyone stick around Halo Infinite and not go play something else? You are in a position where you need to give your best foot forward, and you have to show that, oh, this is Halo, come play with us, because Halo is awesome. But instead, it's Halo is awesome, but you're going to be grinding 20 games to get your challenge done for one level. And also, we're going to be taking the armor and dividing it between different armor cores. So if you buy the Halo Reach Pass, like I unfortunately did, you're going to unlock things for the base armor sets, I believe it's the Mark 7, and you're not going to even be able to use it on the Halo Reach armor. Things like coatings and visors are not available cross-core, which is stupid. Like, it's not controversial to say, that's stupid. You have a system where you're taking colors like blue, and not only are you making them a premium price, but you're also making it where your primary battle pass doesn't always tie into the colors you unlock. For instance, they recently gave away the gold visor because of some issues with the challenges. Now, okay, cool. I like gold visors. Never really liked the kind of silver visors that we always get default now. Thing is, that visor is only for the Mark 7, and heaven behold, I'm not actually caring about Mark 7 right now because I'm using my Noble set, the set that I paid for. So, it's just a very bizarre situation, and I don't know the thought process. Not to mention, there are Halo Reach armors that are not in the Noble Battle Pass, which is supposed to be the Halo Reach Battle Pass. I can only assume that they're going to take those armors and either have them in the store for a premium price, or hopefully we'll be able to get a challenge for them. But the fact that the Noble Battle Pass doesn't include all Halo Reach armor is just insulting. Now, I know I sound really negative right now, but that's just because I think we really have a goddamn good game on our hands, and it's being destroyed by these monetization options that they're doing. I'm okay with monetization. I'm even okay with a battle pass. But when you're going to make the battle pass so grindy, where you're going to be having to do challenges where you're being forced into a certain playstyle, I don't enjoy that. When I play Halo, I want to play the way I want to play it. And I especially don't want to make it like a chore. The fact that it takes so long to grind one level is an insult, especially with how 343 talked about it before launch, how it wouldn't be a chore, how there'd be no FOMO. But the opposite is true. I don't know if this was a late development change, or they were just flat out lying, but it's very unfortunate. Now, for the sake of not ranting through the whole video, I want to give 343 some options. Now, not all of these are entirely my own ideas, they come from other places like the Halo subreddit, but I agree with them, and I think that they should be implemented. First of all, we should have cross-core armor customization, at least to a certain extent. We know that certain armors for the bots can be worn cross-core, so I really don't know why it's being limited to a core. This is especially insulting because helmets like the Commando helmet specifically say in their descriptions that they're actually compatible with all variants of Mjolnir. So let's, keep to canon. I know 343 loves canon. They like to do their canon fodder, or at least I think they still do it. I'm not sure if it's still continuing. But stick to canon and give me my cross-core. Another idea that I found on Reddit is that we can have monetized colors and still have options. You look at a game like Warframe, and they actually give you color palettes that come in packs. Now, it's not ideal for me, of course. I would love free range over my color options, but if you want to monetize the colors, then at least give us that option where we can customize our Spartan, and we're not just a clone of other people's Spartans, because if you've played Halo Infinite, there's a lot of people wearing that HCS skin, and I don't think it's as bad as people say, but I'm really getting sick of the red, white, and blue. Full disclosure, not political. Another thing that I feel like is most important here is that we need XP per match. Now, I know they implemented a daily challenge where every time you complete a match you get like 50 XP, but we gotta bump that up, and we also need a incentive to win. The fact that it doesn't matter if you win or lose is kind of an insult to anyone's playstyle, and we really just want to be rewarded for what we're doing. So, say if you win, you get 200 XP, and if you lose, you get up 100. I think it's a simple math and a really easy thing to implement. I know that 343 in the past has said, oh, don't be an armchair dev, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it can't be that hard to implement. And last but certainly not least, we need more choice in how we play Halo. Now, there just aren't enough playlists to specifically play the way I want to play. Now, where's doubles? Where's objective or stuff like that? The fact that it's all being lumped into quick play as well as just a small selection of other modes is not good. We need something akin to what MCC offered, which was the Match Composer. The Match Composer let you choose how many players you had, what game modes you wanted to play, and even which game you wanted to play. Now, of course, that wouldn't really apply here, but the idea stands that that was a way for players to play what they wanted. Too many times in Halo Infinite, I've played games of objective-based modes like Oddball where people just don't want to play the objective just because either, well, it's not their playstyle or they're doing a challenge. Now, that's a whole another can of worms about how the challenges affect gameplay, and I think enough people have covered that where I'm not going to go too in-depth with it, but just to let you know, challenges affect the way people play, and I feel like they have a place in this game, but not as the sole way to progress. But going back to the different modes, we need to be able to have choice, and overall there just needs to be more variety in game modes. I know now we just don't have that many modes, and it's really unfortunate, especially with launch not giving us any more new modes according to 343, so it's a very light offering, but even then I can kind of forgive that if I could just have choice over what I'm doing. And so there you have it, my extended rant on Halo Infinite. Now again, I don't want to hate this game. I really think that there's a diamond in the rough here, but the fact that there's so many issues is just a disservice to the work that the gameplay team has created here. The fact that we have such a great game underneath all this crap, and I just wish that they could find another way to monetize this game and not have to deal with such predatory practices. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this debacle? Do you think that the current system is fine? Or do you have any ideas of how 343 can improve it? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and anyways, this was D-Stosh, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh wait, I'm not young yet. Okay, goodbye.